wonderful time to play Hackmon's Cup.
Cavin, it's gonna be like 10 seconds.
There we go.
They're probably different species within the same genus.
Yeah, I agree.
Go to mspaintadventures.com.
Can someone be on my stream to tell me if it dies? Because I can't have OBS and Homestuck open simultaneously.
Yeah.
Because clicking on Homestuck, like, gets rid of all other applications.
Yes, I can do that.
You don't know why you wasted time on this website. It is for little children who poop hard in their baby-ass diaper. Oh my goodness. Also, you don't understand what is going on, or who all these characters are. It's all a lot of nonsense. Delete the time setting on the Crosby top. Clock's destroyed. 5. Take the spades key.
Spades key.
Take the rules card for blackjack. You've possessed this item for as long as you can remember. You do
Rules
not know
card
its significance.
Deltarune?
Though you can hustle up a mean game of blackjack if you need to. Time to use Dragon Dance again. Oh no, he's lowering my defense. Drum beating.
Examine Vendetta itinerary. Is Cavin gone?
No. These are mugshots of everyone you were going to exterminate. You got a headshot. You already offed crowbar 7. Matchsticks 11. Why do we have...
Read the info. This is our mission statement.
11 and quarters 14, depleting them of some of their muscle. You still got to watch out for the others and stay wary of their despicable time shenanigans. Hold on. I need to use Smackdown on this. Actually, I should probably switch out.
Kevin, why would you start a Hackmon's battle when you're the one narrating? You knew you would be reading.
I just need to make this bigger so I can see. You still got to watch out for the others and stay wary of their despicable time shenanigans. Itchy has given you the slip repeatedly. Doge, you've captured, and it... Look.
Like dose, the number 2.
Huh?
Don't worry about it.
Trace.
Yeah, okay, I'm trying to... These are supposed to be terrible numbers. Oh, that helps considerably. Has broken into your secret hideout more times than you can count. Well, Finn, 5. Are these just all in different languages?
No.
Yes.
No.
No.
What do you mean, no?
Yeah, Clover, my favorite language for 4.
Look, you've never played 999, have you?
The joke is...
Each for in Japanese, dos for like Spanish, tres for French,
4-leaf clover,
English, Finn as like I don't know some Scandinavian language, die.
Yeah, die.
That's probably German.
No, it's a 6-sided dice, you idiot.
Then how does 1, 2, and 3 line up so well?
Because he just chose a different pun.
Look you.
Eggs and biscuits.
Yeah, my favorite 12 and 13.
How was match? How was I don't get the puns for match.
11, 2 matchsticks. 11.
Oh.
Crowbar, like a 7. Itchy has given you the slip repeatedly. Doze you've captured and interrogated.
What about quarters?
Quarters is fine. Quarters is dead. We don't care. I don't even remember his... Yes, I do. I lied.
I guess it's like 1/4.
Yeah, I think that actually is completely what it is. I think There's a list
Okay.
somewhere about all of them. I don't fucking remember.
In any direct conversation, says you want a temporal mess in your hands, but if you need any praise, you always go to Stitch. I can't read that because it's bright yellow.
It's a
And
9.
That's
persuade.
9.
A stitch in time
Okay.
saves 9.
Yes, I got that one. And you might need to if you can't kill Sawbuck. Sawsbuck, that's a Pokemon. With a clean shot. Eggs and biscuits. Dozen and Baker's dozen. I don't get Sawbuck, though. Are morons, but they're probably dangerous morons. Cans, 15. Is a tank, and your crew will probably need more ammunition than you packed to take him down. No one knows what Lord English looks like, and that'll be corrected tonight. You got dibs on English. He's all yours.
SS. Wonder where the number 8 mugshot went.
Well, why would I bother with that? It's right here, but you aren't gonna kill Snowman. It's out of the question. Oh no, Snowman.
My favorite word for 8.
Examine heist map. It's okay, I'm winning this hack ones match.
Oh boy. On review, your schemes seem a bit convoluted, but you wouldn't have it any other way.
Deuce and Droog split up to neutralize as many felt as they can find. Okay, he resigned. Okay, let's close all that.
Yeah, let's not start another one.
Yes. Your heavy muscle expert safe crafter box cars is heading down straight to the vault. Look, okay. I think it was worth it. Use radio device to check on unscrupulous cohorts. You put the word out to your cronies for a status report. No response yet. You clean up all the junk and prepare to get this show on the road. You slip the spades key back into the deck of cards and then pocket the war chest. Smooth as clockwork,
What?
and every bit is logical.
What?
You put the spade key back into the deck of cards and then take the war chest.
But But
I don't see the problem.
Enter the hallway near the main entrance.
I don't see the problem.
Oh. Funny. You didn't hear any commotion or gunplay, but it looks like there's already been some action here. Or there will be. You can never take tents for granted with these... Oh no. 13 out of 1,000 clocks destroyed, apparently. Looks like Club's Deuce is getting back to you. Is this just gonna go until all the clocks are destroyed? Maybe he's got dolls tied up for interrogation. Yaskin models is new. Capturing that guy is like shooting a paralyzed monkey in the face. Be Hot's car cop bar. Yes.
Okay.
You are now Club's Deuce! Club's Deuce, rough him up. He remains tight-lipped, so you deal him a senseless shin drubbing with your crook of felony. Oh, the humanity you can barely watch.
I full screen. You don't need to be this zoomed in now.
Oh, so the issue was that you were playing Pokemon.
Yes.
He's probably still using his special ability to slow time down for himself. He can't feel a damn thing, and certainly isn't saying anything, apart from a very low noise, which could be him saying, ow, very, very slowly. Punch clocks and faces to establish chronology. Why would you do that? All these clocks are lovely. You see no reason to harm them. 987 out of 1,000 clocks unharmed. Swap hats with those. You begin a feeble campaign of psychological warfare. Perhaps compromising his fashion motif is the way to get to him. Nope. Looks like he's still in his weird state of stasis and doesn't care. Either that or it's driving him nuts, just very slowly. Dump the contents of your war chest over him. War chest? What are you talking about? All you got is this simple, unassuming deck of cards. CD, play some solitaire. Don't be stupid. To play solitaire, you need a deck of cards. I don't see a deck of cards to you. All I see is your battle drobe. Throw the hat down and stomp it mercilessly. Oh no, it's itchy, and it looks like he's all wound up. He unties Doze and quickly swaps everyone's hats around. Doze proceeds to make a fleet-footed getaway. The chase is on.
Stop being Heart's boxcar. Alright, you're the boss. Heart's boxcar you ain't. Some days replaced your plain and serviceable hat with a silly and undersized one. An outrage beyond comparison. You sure know who the culprit is. You can still smell his overly caffeinated blood. 686 out of 1,000 clocks shown mercy. Lift left leg and hold it a little ways in the air. Oops. 4 out of 15 green torsos dead. Wear CD's hat on top of your current one. You're already wearing Deuce's hat, you fool. The one on the floor is Droog's hat. This is exactly why you keep a backup hat on your head. On your hand. In hand. On hand. My son is on the floor, and he's played his last game of musical hats. Soon these lungs will learn to show you some respect. You made this town what it is after all. Wasn't nothing but a bunch of dust and rocks before you got here. Wear a backup hat. You deploy your chest and swap the stinky little hat for one more suited to your tastes. Wait a minute. Thank God your precious Scotty dogs are still here. You don't know what you'd do without them. You don't want to even think about it. Oh. Dio makes his usual sort of entrance.
Dio.
The nonplussed, vaguely bewildered sort. B. Diamond's Droog.
You got it, Clubs Deuce, it is! You've opened your battle drobe and sorted your backup hat. You also need some more rope to retie Doze, who's absolutely tearing through the mansion as we speak. If you don't hurry, he may clear the chair within the hour. But it's a big mess. You mostly just see a bunch of bombs and cards. You're not sure what's what. You can never remember which card to pick up. You can't believe how shitty your memory is. Grab the Deuce of Clubs. You pick up 2 licorice gummy bears. These need to be stored for safekeeping as soon as possible. Finding your backup hat has never been more urgent. Pick up all the cards and throw them at Doze. You pick up a bunch of cards and fling them Dozeward. Didn't accomplish a whole lot other than put some of your private reading material on embarrassing public display. Pick a card, any card. You're a busy guy, so you just pick up any old thing and put it on your head. Since you're in a big hurry, you'll assume that's your backup hat. You stand nearby the 2 remaining cards on the floor, an off-suited King and Jack. Pick up card depicting stately blonde-haired fellows. You aren't going to stand around Jack King off all day, so you grab the Jack of Diamonds. Oh, here's your backup hat. Problem solved, you guess. CD, forget you are CD. Believe you are Hearts boxcars.
You suddenly remember you are Diamond's Droog. Whoever took your hat is about to discover he's the unluckiest man on Earth. You better hope you find him dead. What you're going to do to him will be much less painful that way. Wear a backup hat. You don't have a backup hat. All you got is this deck of cards. Oh, wait, yes, you do. It's actually in your Brawsolium. Brawsolium. Retrieve hat from Brawsolium. You're the only member of this band of thugs who is civilized enough to keep more than one backup hat, as well as an extensive array of finely tailored suits. The Brawsolium seemed like the best storage option for your exceptional wardrobe. If there's any better sort of a compartment to keep your wardrobe in, you'd love to hear it. Also, there's a shitload of guns and cards in there, too. You put on a backup hat. Withdraw licorice fish from backup hat. Ooh, your Swedish fish are there. This is why it's a good idea to always store your candy in your backup hat rather than your usual one. Other members of your gang have learned this the hard way, and they're finally starting to catch on. Suddenly, you get cold-cocked in the face from the future. You know nothing belonging to that sucker punch from anywhere. Trace always knows where you've been. The spineless rat likes to follow your past trail along and mess with you.
Oh my.
Trouble is, whenever he does, he lets you know exactly where he's going to be in the future. This time, you'll be ready for him. You radio Deuce for backup. Give him a time and place and exactly what path to the mansion. Resume pursuit of wounded felt member. You don't know if the wounded guy went up the stairs or came down, or who wounded him and when. Might have even been you for all you know. Find trail of blood up the stairs. Follow whatever. Can't ever think this time, so go with your gut and head upstairs.
CD, follow Diamond Droog's instructions. After giving a quick 10-4 over the radio, you give another look at your prisoner. He lucked out. Looks like round 2 of your brutal interrogation will have to wait. You couldn't find any rope, so you tied him up with a Stretch Armstrong doll, which you happen to have lying around. You don't remember how you got it. It looks sort of dumb, but it'll have to do. Just lock Doze in the battle drobe. Time to hit the road. You beat your hostage into the back of your battle drobe with the bull penis cane. Wait, this is a bull penis cane?
What?
You flip the fuck out over the fact that this is apparently a bull penis cane. Meanwhile, running roughly parallel with present events. Itchy always cheats, but he's always cheated for the last time. You're gonna jump to a timeline where he's dead. We're actually playing as Die, and I forgot we played as Die at one point, but it's fine. I'll just be Die. Looks like he got what he deserved, but as usual, you find yourself in a bit of a predicament.
Make friends with Dio. You introduce your cast iron horse hitcher to your new friend. Dio scrambles for a pin he's been saving for a special occasion. How many times does he have to tell you? He made this town.
This is immensely confusing when you don't know what's happening, and I will refuse to explain what's happening.
I think it's pretty clear so far.
Okay, what's Dai's ability?
Jump to different timelines.
How?
With the pins.
And what happened?
What do you mean, what happened?
He jumped to a timeline.
Where he didn't make this town.
No, he jumped to a timeline. He specifically can jump to timelines where characters are dead or not by putting the pins in the doll. He jumped to a timeline where Spades was dead.
Oh.
Spades had meant... How many times does Spades, have to tell you he made this town?
Heart's boxcars stop being Spades slick. You stop not being Heart's boxcars. You've made your way to Feld's secret vault. It's bigger than you were expecting. You doubt you'll be able to rely on your usual safe-cracking method, which is prying it from the wall with your bare hands. You'll have to think of something else. Do a silly dance. This is just absolutely the most ridiculous thing you could possibly choose to do right now. I mean, come on. Why don't you take a close look at that safe? Seriously, stop that. Pry the wall from the safe. That notion is even more ridiculous than the last one. Wait, who are you kidding? No, it isn't. Notice that the combination to the safe is entered via the hands of the clock, and you somehow doubt spinning the hands around manually is going to cut it. None of these guys, you've got to alter the flow of time itself to make it work, which of course is bullshit. You'll think you'll just blow it up instead. Time to get Deuce on the radio. Deploy Punchbox. You deploy the Wrath Tub. Retrieve 2 hearts from back to a pad. You retrieve the pair of wax lips. If anyone tried to steal your wax lips, you'd eat their eyeballs and deliver an angry lecture into their empty sockets. Peruse Red Cheeks magazine. Just glancing at it gives you palpitations. Literature for avid cardio aficionados such as yourself. Those budgeoning red humps, that mischievous little tail, the snug welcoming cleft. The saucy imagery is hard to beat. Harder than what you beat inside your chest now. But your heart is what you're beating. You beat it to Red Cheeks magazine pretty regularly, you say. Call clubs on nearest card. You already get juice on the 10-4 cards. Let them know you need a powder monkey on the double. You hear ticking, and it's not coming from the big vault clock above. You hope it's not what you think it is. Oh no. Oh god. It's Biscuits. His oven timer is ticking. This is no good. There he is. This idiot thinks his special oven transports him into the future by the amount he sets on the timer. Well, he's sort of right, but in reality, all that's happening is he's hiding in there until the timer is up, then pops out. You guess he's a relatively harmless if he's alone. You can take him. What you really have to worry about is if he teams up with... Oh no. That ringing. That god-awful ringing. You can hear it. Eggs. Son of a fuck. You might as well just grab one of your axes and kill yourself now.
Follow path.
Follow path.
In the future, you've already followed the path through the mansion that Droog told you to. Trace followed Droog's past trail even further back, but found a much fresher trail crossing his path. Looks like this little guy's talking on the radio. Says something about how he'll be right there once he gives Droog a hand. Trace decides he'll trace this guy for a while, see what he's up to, and then mess with him, of course. In the present, you talk on the radio. Say something about how you'll be right there once you give Droog a hand.
Take a good look around the new room you're in. Looks like the trail of blood ends here, or originates, whatever. Something went down here in the past. Or is it about to go down in the future? You know what, never mind. 21 out of 1,000 clocks destroyed, apparently. Hang on, there's a tooth on the floor. You know that tooth, you've felt its bite before. Finn was here. And judging by the forensics of this scene, the angle it hit the floor, the direction of the blood splatters, and how dry the blood is, you think you know exactly what he's about to pull. More specifically, what he's about to already have pulled. Finn always knows where you're going. He's followed your future trail here. He likes to mess with you from the past. Trouble is, he tips you off to where he's been. This time you're ready. Wait for it. Wait. Now. Predestined holes are convenient. Gives you something to aim for. 7 out of 21 clocks were redestroyed.
Rematerialize. That doesn't make any sense. You never went anywhere.
Dai realizes there is a cost to settling the score with you in this way. The cost is having to live in a desert amidst the ruins of a dead civilization for the rest of his life. He thinks that's stupid, so he pulls your pin.
Help the green man live up to his name. He had a cool power, too. It's okay. I'm sure half of them are going to come back. Take doll. You grab his doll and stick his pin in there for good measure. But it'll keep track of everyone you've offed this way, too. Not that you intend to abuse its power to settle your score. What's the point if you're not going to get your hands dirty? Still, it might come in handy down the road. Lord English is supposedly indestructible. He's rumored to be killable only through a number of glitches and exploits in space-time. This doll may ultimately help you work that system if it comes to that. Clocks. Destroy them! 29 out of 1,000 clocks destroyed. 5 out of 15 green torsos dead.
Follow Blood Trail downstairs and finish him off. Problem with that is, he'll just see your future trail following him, and that'll be nothing but a loud invitation for him to mess with you some more. Besides, better to leave him alive. You think you know where he'll lead you to. Just gotta be a little more subtle about tracing his blood trail. Keep your future trail out of his line of sight. Cavin, this is your line.
Return to being Hawks Barksca. God, I cannot.
Spade Slick cannot return to being Hearts Boxcars because obviously Diamond's Droog is too busy being Club's Deuce. You just watch Trace throw a punch into thin air for some reason. That guy's awfully silly. He then skulks off somewhere. You don't realize he's following Droog's past trail through the mansion until he gets to the point where it intersects with your trail, at which point he'll start following you. But we all realized it because it's obvious and couldn't possibly be more clear. Implement nefarious scheme. You follow Droog's simple instructions. So simple, even a forgetful nincompoop like you can remember. There's a blood trail on the floor that goes in a different direction than Trace went. You decide to follow it because that sounds like a really good idea to you. If there was something you were supposed to do after helping out Droog, you'll be damned if you remember what it is. Trace catches up to where you were, but you're gone already. All he sees is the long, gross, rubbery arm of your past trail stretching through the room. He finds his comrade tied up with stretchy rubber arms of a small man, but there's nothing gross or unpalatable about that in the least. Doze unslows himself and begins mumbling something feverishly about his hat. 7 out of 15 green torsos dead. 107 out of 1,000 clocks destroyed.
Man, they're taking these guys out quickly.
Finn makes his way through the mansion to get some help. He wonders where this little guy is going. Deuce's future trail is headed in the same direction he's headed by sheer coincidence. Finn decides to follow him for a bit, keep an eye on him. For as long as Deuce's path matches his, that is. There's pretty much no chance he's headed to the same place, though. That would be statistically improbable. He's got no idea what these other goons are up to here. Funny, their future trails end here. He's not going to stick around long enough to find out why. He's a bit too woozy from the blood loss to sort out this mess anyway. Follow the Red Blood Road. It's uncanny. This little guy is matching Finn's route every step of the way. He must know something. Finn decides he's got to take him out. But he can't get a clear shot. Too dizzy, and with all that C4 under Deuce's hat, firing would be a bad idea. My god, he's thought of everything. Clearly dealing with a criminal mastermind here. You stop to admire this gorgeous clock. It's so pretty. Too bad it's not ticking like so many of the clocks in this place. Not that you can blame them. There are so many clocks in this mansion, it would obviously be impractical to make sure they all work properly. Oh, look, a trail of blood. You think you'll stop following it?
Waste exactly 4 hours on this tomfoolery. You hate time travel, 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 you hate... Above, a spectator has appeared at a strike of 4 and has been giggling at your foolishness for a number of minutes. Clover would have been tickled to help you open this vault, at the cost of answering a few of his clever time riddles, needless to say. If only you thought to seek us out first, rather than charging like the silly brute you are into this deadly trap of stable and not so stable time loops. Mostly unstable, really. These guys are way too dumb to maintain even elementary looping stability for more than a couple iterations. If you weren't so preoccupied, Clover could tell you that you could use Crowbar's help to pry anything out of a time loop, stable or otherwise. If you weren't so preoccupied, and if you weren't so dead. Hee hee hee. Stitch mutters to himself in his shop. He guesses eggs and biscuits are roughhousing again, because the fabric of space-time is tearing something fierce on Lord English's Cairo
overcoat.
Cairo overcoat. This sort of thing is exactly why he keeps a backup coat, and always leaves Stitch with one of them. Any gang does well to have an in-house doctor on hand, but if you don't time travel, you better have a damn good tailor too. Call Spades for backup. You tell Slick to get his scrawny ass down to the vault. It's goddamn bedlam down here. You tell him you asked for Deuce for backup, but surprise, surprise, he's nowhere to be found. Sarcasm. He says he knows. Slick says he'll be right there. He'll see if he can round up Droog for support.
We're good.
Yeah, we're good. I have the stream.
Droog. Oh wait, no, this is.
Droog says Deuce is tailing Finn, while he is tailing Deuce. He'll be there to help out Boxcars as soon as he and Deuce taking care of business with Stitch. Couldn't be simpler. Yeah, he also mentions he pumped Finn full of blood, so they can cross him off the list.
Wait, no, this is me.
No, this is Droog talking to Spades. So this was April, but it was kind of Cavin. It doesn't matter.
Finn busts into Stitch's workshop, blubbering about something, watching out for the little guy who's about to come in here. He says to watch out because he's got a bomb on his head, which is undoubtedly quite volatile, and even the slightest spark would surely set it off. Stitch sees Finn's obviously in pretty bad shape, and checks his effigy. Sure enough, the thing's in tatters. But he should be fine if he just be patched up before he bleeds to... death. 8 out of 15 green torsos dead.
Burst in thrusting bull penis cane. Everybody out of the goddamn way. You got a hat full of bomb, a fist full of penis, and a head full of empty.
What?
Okay.
Stitch says
Why
drop...
is it called that?
He's as confused as you. Stitch says drop the livestock knob and settle the hell down. He says you do realize C4 is a stable explosive and won't detonate with gunfire, right? You say, oh.
Sneak into Stitch's boutique. Drop it and get in. Don't bleed on the suits. Stitch says, huh? You admit the thought of carrying an imprisoned tailor wherever you go is gratifying for personal reasons, but in this case, keeping alive should be useful in dealing with English later. Prod idiots with red cheeks. This predictably accomplished nothing. Taking your smut out of hiding turned out to be a very bad idea. Now copies from the future are appearing left and right, and these clowns have their paws all over it. Slick, where the hell are you?
Remove Crowbar's pin. Crowbar is alive again, and a whole bunch of other stuff is different. You forgot this gang almost seems halfway competent when he's running the show. Good news is you get to kill him again. Insert and quickly remove Snowman's pin. You have no idea how much you'd like to, but you're not that crazy. Still kind of tempting. Oof. Everyone else always sees his gunplay when Snowman's around. Snowman's. If you kill her, you destroy the universe. What?
It's quite a simple power.
What?
If you kill her, you destroy the universe.
What? Remove knife from eye. It's not a knife, it's Snowman's cigarette holder. All you know is she's gonna have a hell of a time getting it back. Give it to Sawbuck. You chuck the lance at Sawbuck. Oh. But of course, it's only a flesh wound. Seems like that's the only sort of wound you can ever inflict on the corpulent lummox. Consequently, you and he both jump to a random point on the timeline. This looks to be in the recent past when Stitch and Crowbar were setting up the crates for the imminent gunfight, which was very thoughtful of them. Okay, so now, do we need like
we're in an alternate timeline where whoever was
where Crowbar
dead,
is alive.
or Crowbar is alive.
Why was Crowbar dead in the first place?
They killed him ahead. They killed him ahead of time.
Oh, okay.
We started in a timeline where he was one of the people they killed ahead of time.
Yeah, okay. When Stitch and Crowbar were setting up the crates for the imminent gun, why didn't they just kill everyone ahead of time?
Well, I assume that's what they're trying to do. I assume in a previous scuffle they got the other guys.
It's not like they just have a kill everyone ahead of time button.
Which would be very thoughtful of them. Your goons should be showing up any minute now with heavy firepower. For now, you've got the drop on everybody. Kill something out of rage and frustration. Stitch gets the business end of your saber rattle. He's dead. In the east. Bring Knox to the gunfight. Where do you think you're going, fatty? You deal with him in a minute. You whip out your double-edged sword and Occam's razor. What's Occam's razor? Occam's razor, Crowbar's head. Make it happen. Crowbar deflects the king of spades into Saucebuck's unmissable camera. What? You jump far into the past. Years in the past.
What is there to be confused about? He threw the knife, Crowbar deflected it, deflected the king of spades and the sawbuck, which means you warped again.
Yeah, that happens. That's Sawbuck's power.
When he's damaged, you warp?
When he gets stabbed, you warp to a random point in the timeline.
I thought that was Crowbar's power.
No, Crowbar has no power. He just has a crowbar which negates all time power nonsense. Crowbar is the leader. Oh. Not counting Lord English.
Which is to say the present for the time being. A scurrilous straggler eyes impromptu desert skirmish. He dismisses them as a bunch of ill-mannered rogues warranting no further investigation. although he gives a small nod of approval to the plain and serviceable hat worn by one of the combatants, which strikes him as an absolutely smashing display of good fashion sense.
Wait, so is this like the normal part in the timeline where everything else is happening?
This is
And by everything else, I mean like shortly after Earth goes boom.
I don't know what fucking Earth you're looking at. This is a desert.
Well, he says it's the present.
No, the present as in they're currently there. It's the present for the time being.
Oh, no, okay, that's fair.
Hit crowbar in the head. You can't kill him yet. You need him alive to return to the original timeline. You will be taking that crowbar, though. Stuff him in your deck of cards. You cram him into the war chest. I guess that's a pun. Sawbuck, you need to keep alive too, for the moment. Not to return to the right timeline, but the right time. Speaking of which, where is Tubby think he's waddling off to? Just go grab Sawbuck until the time shenanigans stop. You treat him a bit to the old bait and switchblade. You appear in the future. Guess this is after the gunfight is over. The gunfight that never took place since you killed/kidnapped everyone who's supposed to be involved. Looks like only Boxcars is here. Carry Sawbuck like Titan Atlas would carry the world. You order Hearts to drop his tub on the double before this fat lard puts you in a wheelchair. If you take Sawbuck back to your own time and kill him there, that should save you the trouble of hunting him down. Might as well take Stitch too. Maybe. You're not really sure that's how it works. You don't really care though. Oh god. You dump them in the wrath tub, then stick the tub in your own deck of cards. Sure! But you give Boxcars back his sordid literature, which he carelessly left in plain sight. No one will ever catch you leaving that yours. Blah, blah. And even if you did, that copy of Terrier Fancy magazine could belong to anyone. No one could prove nothing. Stick Crowbar's pin back in again. You go back to your original timeline, but now stuffed in your chest, you've got a live crowbar from another timeline, brought to the timeline where he's supposed to be dead. So you guess he's alive in this timeline, which is in part defined by his death. Okay, whatever. You should probably just kill him again anyway. Also, Sawbuck from another timeline is there too. So you guess now there are two Sawbucks? This is getting kind of dumb.
Why would you bring them back here? How does that help?
Well,
That's what I want to know.
Well, it's to kill them.
But you don't need to do that.
But he wanted to kill them.
But
just stick them all in. All the pins.
To be fair, I think he actually wanted the crowbar. I think was the goal.
Like, you get the crowbar and then just leave him there.
No, but you gotta kill him. You can't not kill them if you see them.
But he was in another timeline.
What kind of 1,030 act long sitcom would this be if you didn't kill them thousands of times?
What?
1,030.
What's the problem?
You open the chest, releasing them both. Crowbar doesn't look too pleased. You should be called Wrench, not Crowbar.
What?
Sawbuck is going to be a pain to deal with.
You deflect his gunfire into the awesome gravitational pull of Sawbuck's astonishing girth. Everybody back into the past. Oh, Sawbuck is the fat one. Crowbar is the tall one. Yes. Oh, I had it reversed.
Crowbar is 7 because that's
turn.
the 7. Because it's it looks like a crowbar.
Debatable. It seems Sawbuck from this timeline, i.e. the real Sawbuck, was in this room at this point in time. He and Crowbar exchanged bullets. Off they go. They no doubt go on to spend the rest of their ammunition peppering each other throughout the timeline, destroying all these clocks in the process between now and present. You guess that explains the mess when you got here. Thank God you figured that out. You have surely lost sleep over it. 20 out of 107 clocks redestroyed. For the first time. Eventually. You know what? Never mind. Why 107?
Because that's how many clocks are destroyed. So only 20 of them have been redestroyed.
Since when did we get into? You know
When
what?
Club's Deuce blew up Doze and blew up half the house.
Oh, okay. Take a moment to think of some time-based one-liners. Okay, you think you got one. Time travel sure can be a double-edged sword. Wait, that was
Let's go.
really, really bad. You sure you can do better than that? Let's see. Sorry to... No. Time's running... No, wait. Shit. You ask yourself in the past
Why
for
do
a
you
little help.
censor fuck with shit?
It's the lesser of two evils. You ask yourself from the past for a little help. How did we get to ourselves in the past?
Because we stabbed Sawbuck.
For a little help. Times something about time. Time being up. No, wait. How about some kind of clock pun? No, damn it. Will you just listen? You're almost onto something. Time is... Forget this. Too many cooks in the kitchen. Oh, and just what does this quivering mound of blubber think he's up to? Stab first, utter puns later. Just as you hear your past self asking what happened to your eye, you jab Sawbuck with your butterfly knife affected knife. Where was Sawbuck? Oh, Sawbuck's the fat one, right. You remember a little while ago asking yourself about your eye and not giving yourself an answer just before disappearing. And maybe if you had stopped and thought about it for a second, you could have warned yourself and avoided this whole mess, albeit in the process of creating a paradox. But your policy of stabbing first and answering questions later prevented it. You're sure your past self understands/understood. You're sure of this because you very clearly remember understanding/understooding. You're now past Spade Slick again. Why? What was wrong with present Spade Slick?
He went with Sawbuck.
Also, we never saw past Spade Slick talk to present Spade Slick.
Because we cut in after that exchange had already happened. We cut into this exact moment.
I guess.
We were busy dealing with the rest of the fuckers.
You were just about to pull Crowbar's pin. You guess all that stuff with the future self and Sawbuck originally happened in this room while you were off all watching someone else. Like Diamond's Droog or something. That makes sense. Oh, okay. Who's past Spade Slick?
You.
Darn.
You're Spade Slick.
Yeah, that was a joke. It would be funny if we just shuffled based on past, present, and future.
No, because I can assure you that will fail later in the comic.
Remove Crowbar's pin.
A whole bunch of shit happens that we already saw. You can do this forever if you want.
Be future Spade Slick. Being your future... Oh, that's a lot of blood.
Yeah.
Being your future self is a lot more constructive because you get to do stuff you haven't already done. Looks like you're in the future. It's a bloody mess here. Bloody hell. The clocks are more bullet-ridden than ever, and it seems Crowbar and both Sawbucks have been decapitated. You're almost certain this is something you will be, or already were, responsible for, which of course means more time traveling. Looks like the tub and chest are gone, which means future you must have packed up and left things already. Got to take note of these sorts of things so you know where you are in the timeline. You notice something on the wall over there. One of the clocks that wasn't destroyed is now bloodied and full of holes. Not noteworthy especially. You just have a feeling you should register this fact. 100 out of 108 clocks destroyed.
Sure,
Yes, that's the right number.
Clickery removed. Look, reading comprehension is I'm tired. Remove the lance from Sawbuck. From Sawsbuck. You pry the cigarette holder from his torso. Whoops, another time jump. This type of Q keeps going for his gun. Wide boy's gotta settle his big ass. Is he dead yet?
No.
No, because No, because they jumped to a point in the timeline where both of them were dead, but they both jumped to that point in the timeline.
You really should incapacitate him without inflicting another wound. Knock Saucebuck unconscious. Count some sheep. Oh. Wait, the clock on the wall. It hasn't been destroyed yet, but it's about to be. It's ticking down to the time it's struck in on in the future. Maybe if you time it just right, you can end this whole mess in one fell slice. You even got a nice cold one-liner to dish out when the time comes. You've been working pretty hard on it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Hate to cut and... Oh, wait, no, not yet. Wait for it. Hate to... No, wait. Hate to cut and... Damn it, not yet. Hate to cut and run. Darn. Hate to top all of your heads off with this sword. Real sorry about that. My bad. You slay them all with your rapier wit. 9 out of 15 green torsos dead. Still waiting to explode, I think. Yeah. 2 out of 9 green torsos deadened twice. Deader. Dead X2. Sort of. 1 out of green torsos dead for the first time, but it's an alternate universe torso. So you guess maybe it doesn't count. 7 out of 108 clocked fortuitously reached. Oh. Grab the Tustin chest and move on. That is altogether enough of this nonsense.
Cospades. Check up on Slick's status. Slick says he killed Crowbar again, Sawbuck twice, and Stitch once. You asked him if it was an alternate timeline Stitch. He said he guesses no. You say that doesn't count. You've got the real one here. He mutters some foul language you can't quite make out, but you tell him never mind and hurry down to meet you at the vault. He says he took some damage from snow. Oh, man. You say you know. You say you're having some effigies inside of yourself, made of yourselves with your backup hats. Do you spot Slick's crumpled backup hat, which he wound up with somehow. Not sure what happened to Zeus's. Boxcar is obviously tied up at the moment, so you can't get your hands on it. So yeah. Slick says he's got both their hats, and he'll be down ASAP. You say, alright. He says, in the meantime, see what you can do about this eye. Have Stitch patch up SS's effigy. Get to work, Red Monkey.
Have right eye patched up. Damn it, your sprite was flipped wrong. Oh my god. You get Diamonds on the radio and tell him to undo it and wait until you're turned around. He says it's the right eye, right? Were you facing left or right? He says it's only right when facing left. It's the left eye when facing right. He says, oh, so it's a left-right eye. You say yes, but hang on a minute, you'll turn around, so it's the right-left. He says, okay, he'll wait. That's better. Arm yourself in case Cans shows up. If Cans shows up, none of these weapons you got are going to do any good. You admired the lance for a moment. It's a pretty sweet weapon with outstanding craftsmanship. At least you got something out of this eye gorging. She'll have to pay. She'll have to pry this thing from your rigid severed arm if she wants it back. Ride around on Horsitcha pretending to joust. Yeah. Oh.
Oh no.
I can't believe she saw you horsing around like that. You will never live this down. Shoot up. Oh wait, this isn't.
Shoot up Biscuit and Egg's effigies. Stitch keeps their effigies in a big warehouse several miles away because of this ridiculous duplication tendencies. You're sure as hell not going to drive all the way over there, so you just shoot at them in person.
So what are their powers?
Okay, so Eggs duplicates and time travels when the timer runs out. And Biscuits. Okay. Biscuits goes ahead and he sets the timer on his oven to when in the future he wants to time travel to, and then he gets in the oven, and then he stays in there until the timer's out, and then he gets out, and he thinks that's time traveling when in reality he's just sitting in an oven.
No, it's time traveling. It gets him to the future.
Yeah, it moves at a pace of 1 second per second.
Okay, but how are they cloning themselves?
Because of eggs. Eggs duplicate the time travel every time the timer goes off. And so he's also duplicating biscuits. They're an exponential growth.
They're
This is
probably...
such an unbelievably terrible idea.
God. Church! This is incredibly delirious. Biznasty. What?
Okay, this just links to Problem Sleuth.
Oh. Meanwhile, in the present...
Those guys blow up.
Oh, Stitch. Why did Stitch die?
Well, we just killed him.
Oh. Oh. I didn't see that. Start whacking things with the crowbar. The first thing you do is whack is Eggo's egg timer. Oh my god. You do this because, of course, you know that crowbar's crowbar will destroy any temporal artifact and completely negate its effect on the timeline.
Attempt to eat eggs. Your attempt was an overwhelming success.
What? the actual...
Your attempt was an overwhelming success.
Biscuits is looking a tad snug in his muffin tray. He thinks it's about time to poke a broom straw in this battle. His dough will live to rise another day. See you in the future, suckers.
Crowbar, Biscuit's oven, make it happen. You deal the oven a wicked flogging, but not much happens. The oven doesn't really have any special magical time properties to be negated. It just travels in the future at a rate of 1 second per second, like everyone else.
Put dynamite in oven. You set the bomb to go off in a few seconds when both it and Biscuits are released from it in a few hours. Turn up heat on Biscuits' oven. You're pretty sure this oven doesn't actually work at all? You just wheel it off somewhere else in the mansion so it can explode in peace. 12 out of 15 green torsos dead. Probably some more clocks destroyed, too.
Okay, so
for...
who was the guy who was for Clover?
Clover.
Right? Clover. I can't think of the name Clover without thinking of Clover from Zero Escape.
It was 15.
Cans.
Cans. And Lord English.
Well, Lord English isn't on this because we don't know what he looks like, and also he's apparently invincible. And Snowman doesn't count.
Snowman.
And Quarters was already dead.
Quarters was already dead. Matchsticks was already dead.
I want to know what his powers were, but I'm sure that it'll come into play eventually.
Don't worry about him. They're dead.
Use crowbar to pry safe open. Since your expert safe cracker apparently spent the last 5 or 6 hours being totally useless down here, you figure it's time to take things into your own hand. Huh? What's this little fellow all worked up about? Clover insists that you reconsider. Using that to pry open the vault would be ever so much bad luck. Like breaking 1,000 mirrors all at once. The sort of mirrors that tick and have numbers and tell time and stuff. That is the worst kind of mirror to break, luck-wise. Politely ask Clover to remain calm. He refuses outright and starts doing a really frisky dig.
Doody-doody-doody-doody-doody-doody.
He begins spinning a fanciful series of riddles, illuminating the true path to opening the vault. Mysterious music fills your ears as your mind assumes the shape of a pretzel. This is how the music would sound if you were listening to it right now.
Ask Clover for the ultimate riddle. You ask Clover to open the safe. What's this? You think he can just shoot Clover? He is so lucky the gun will probably jam or something predictable like that. Nice try, though.
Oh.
You just start whacking him with a newspaper instead. You don't have to be all that unlucky to get whacked around with a newspaper. It's sort of a gray area. Check personal ads of periodical.
Oh,
This isn't a real newspaper. It's just a wrapper for your private store or traditional university. Something on your RFA for monochrome booties isn't really on public display. Yeah.
Yada.
Suddenly, the whole vault room is shaking. You wonder what it could be. It sounds suspiciously like Cans is about to plow through the wall Kool-Aid Man style. You pray to God that it is not Cans about to plow through the wall Kool-Aid Man style.
Plow.
All of a sudden, Cans plows through the wall Kool-Aid Man style. Resist urge to shout, "Oh yeah." Oh no! He punches you into next week. You find yourself going about your business a week later. Looks like you're doing a little grocery shopping. You're a bit confused, having no memory of the previous week. You have no idea what is on your grocery list. Are you out of milk? What kind of produce do you need to stock up on? It is all a little overwhelming. And to make things worse,
the selection has too many prices and values. In SBAHG, go shopping. Give me. Not all the cans are the same. What's the difference? Beans. The selection has too many prices and values. It's like, who needs this fucking bullshit? It is so infuriating. Shit, where's the manager? And there he goes. He has the manager's attention. And now the police are involved. Jesus Christ. OMFG. I can't believe what he made take place.
Oh.
What?
I'll be right back.
That made less sense than they usually do, somehow.
Oh, Cavin will be right back? Well, that means we have no choice but to just read some Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Hold on, let's just go to a random. Let's go. Oh, yeah, bitches. Milk. It's time to get my pour on. I need to know what angel to use. It isn't coming out. Pour on. Shut fuck up. Haha. Where do you even get a nut that's that big? I just do not believe what I saw. What kind of skills even are those stunts you just pulled? I could tell you, but I'd have to kill you. God damn.
What?
Newest comic. Oh.
Oh.
What a... This is a read problem sleuth. You're one of the top problem sleuths in the city. Solicitations for your service are numerous in quantity, compensation adequate. It is a balmy summer evening. You are feeling particularly hard-boiled tonight. What will you do? Quickly retrieve arms from safe. You already got arms, numbnuts. Retrieve your gun. There are dames to be rescued. You are quite positive there has never been a gun in your office and never will be. Frankly, the notion strikes you as reckless and foolhardy. Break through glass with fist to unlock door. You don't know why you're assuming the door will be locked. You don't usually keep the door to your office locked. Nonetheless, a guy this hard-boiled doesn't go messing around with totally unmanly things like knobs. You send your meaty fist glassward. Thud. Seems there never was a glass element to the door. It was just a piece of paper taped to it. Take the piece of paper. The piece of paper was added to your inventory. Manhandle the poor knob. There are dames to be rescued. The door's locked. Funny, you don't remember locking it. Call the royal locksmith. The most plainly obvious course of action is to call a locksmith.
What is this?
We were reading
Problem
Problem Sleuth while you were gone.
Oh. Okay.
Use Egg's body as a bait for Cans. You flail the torso Cansward and attempt to placate him with the red meat.
What?
It's another Problem Sleuth reference, evidently.
Okay.
It doesn't work. Can's clock box goes entirely out of the current calendar year. You went in an entirely different, outdated calendar. Looks like the one's themed with spirited horses. You'll be up to your ass in horses for a whole year. Just great. This is just what you need to be doing. Farming all these goddamn horses, fucking pain in the ass.
Ignore him and just try to pry the safe open. You don't care what the consequences are. You're going... How did he get back? He was in next week.
No, that was Diamond's Droog. Idiot.
Oh. Oh, look, they all look the same.
Idiot.
except for the short one and the fat one. You don't care what the consequences are. You're going to crack open the safe and be done with it. The whole intermission was starting to get a little punchy anyway. The massive reliefs of temporal distortion from the vault transports you to a highly unfavorable timeline. Looks like the entire mansion was leveled, except for the vault and its enclosure. Everyone's dead except you, and you know who. But at least the safe's open. All the clocks destroyed. 3 out of 14 green torsos dead. 4 out of 15 black scofflaws offed. Enter the vault. Is this just Rose's sarcophagus floor?
Maybe.
There's nothing in here except an opening on the floor. There is a hole with a keyhole. If you have a feeling, you need to know how to open it. You only wonder why English's treasure would be locked behind a door with a spade on it. Dramatically use the spade key. Yes, this is what the spade key was for all this time. Which would be, for the matter of fact, a manor. Yes, peek inside keyhole. What keyhole? It was clearly a barcode scanner all along. Like the kind that you sweep groceries over at supermarkets. That reminds you should really do some shopping next week. You're not going to peek inside because lasers could blind you in one eye. Oh, wait! Use rules cards for blackjack. This is never a problem because there's clearly a barcode printed on your rules card for blackjack.
Rules card? Deltarune?
Is that a barcode? That looks more like a quilt.
More of a quilt, yeah.
It's several barcodes.
As well as your arm, but there's nothing wrong with a little redundancy, you guessed. Get on with it. Huh?
Oh, no.
Oh, are you looking for this? Well, come and get it, you contemptuous witch. Snowman's black inches no doubt have been responsible for more than a few red cheeks. Huh?
Oh, no.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Flip your sprite.
You got to flip it turn ways. Sports. In my dream, I am the star. It's me. And then the big man comes for a little one-on-one. But it turns out to be crazy what kind of donks this guy has. Dunk. I'm telling you, air like that is unreal. It doesn't even happen mind of the time. The court is on fire. Dude, come get the ruler. Check this out. I told you, dog. Okay, dude, no. You're holding it wrong, dude. No, dude, hurry. He's escaping. Look, he's escaping from above. Dude, no, let me show you. No, dunk. Fuck, no, fuck the dude. No, fuck, dunk. Dude, you got to flip it turn ways. Fuck, dunk, fuck, dude. We're doing it, man. Dude. Fuck, no, fuck, dude, no, fuck, dude.
What? Ah!
You got to flip it turn ways.
Scan the barcode. Oh no. It connects. This guy again. Been a long time. Hey, kid. Yeah, you. Wait, who? Who was this kid?
CG, boggle vacantly at these shenanigans.
No, this is me.
That's true.
Boggle vacantly at these shenanigans. It begins to dawn on you that everything you're about to do may prove to have been a colossal waste of time. End intermission.
I thought that was supposed to be several hundred-page intermission.
It was.
It was.
Did I blank half of it out?
Yes.
It's been an hour, Cavin.
S enter was at 1:146. This is 1:357.
Okay, I mean, I guess it's more like 200.
That did not feel like that long of an intermission.
It's because we didn't have a bunch of fucking pester logs.
Do we want to start Act 4?
I think we can do the first flash. I don't think it's particularly... I think we should, because I think there's something... No,
Well, I mean, actually, like, you can get any substantial amount into Act 4.
that's up to you.
I mean, I'm down. I don't have anything to do today.
Oh God.
It's up to Cavin. I don't.
Yeah. What do you want to do, Cavin?
Homestuck is kind of exhausting on the soul, but
Oh, actually, S Act 4 is a playable game segment, so that's gonna be a while.
Yeah, that's a fair point. That's a fair
I
point.
think
Let's
we can
do
stop
Act
here.
4 and then stop. Or we can stop here.
I don't care.
I think we should stop here.
Okay, we'll stop here.
Okay, let's stop here.